Dear students, we have already covered sole proprietorship and joint Hindu family business in our previous video. So today we are going to do the topic of partnership. What is partnership? You all know, as the size of business grows, one person is not enough to carry on managerial activities. That means, as and when you start expanding your business, it is not easy for you to manage all the activities alone. So, two or more persons from form partnership to carry on business. That means two or more than two persons join hand together to work on a common purpose. So partnership is an association of two or more persons who agree to jointly pursue a business activity. When two or more persons jointly agree to come to do a common activity to earn profit with a common motive, they form a partnership. They pool their managerial and financial resources. That means they make a combination of all the financial resources available with them and the managerial skills with them. They pool the things, these skills and the resources together for achieving their purpose. And basically partnership helps in overcoming the limitations of sole proprietorship. So according to Indian Partnership Act 1932, partnership is the relation between two or more persons who agree to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. That means it is a relation between two or more than two persons who are agreeing regarding sharing the profits on the business basis of the business carried on by either one on behalf of all or carried on by all of them. Sometimes we give authority to one partner that he will manage all the business on behalf of all of us. According to L.H. Henley, partnership may be defined as the relationship between the persons who agree to carry on a business in common with a view to private gain. That means they are carrying on a common business and the motive is earning gains only. So these are the two definitions. You can learn any one definition from these two. Then is features of partnership. First feature is formation. The partnership firm business, it is governed by Indian Partnership Act 1932. It comes into existence by a legal agreement between the partners. As early as the partners enter into an agreement, their partnership firm comes into an existence only. So in the agreement, they mention the terms and conditions of their working, how they are going to work, what are the terms and conditions, profit sharing ratio, everything they used to specify in the agreement, and that we are going to discuss later in this part only. But remember, partnership is formed only and only when members of the firm do a lawful business. That means they are doing a lawful, meaningful business. If they are doing any unlawful or illegal activity together, that means that is not a partnership firm. Suppose if you are doing any unlegal act like stealing, robbery, gambling, or any speculative activity, that will not be considered as a partnership. Secondly, if you are going to do any charitable work, so that will also not be counted in the partnership firm, because charitable work is not a business work, because you are not going to earn profit in that. The second thing is liability. The liability of all the partners in the partnership firm is unlimited. All the partners are individually as well as collectively liable for the debts of the business. And most important, because the liability is unlimited, if their official assets are not sufficient to pay off the debts, the creditors can use the personal assets of the partners also. Now next is risk bearing. The partners of the partnership firm, they share the risk, share the profits in the ratio of specified in the agreement. Whatever ratio is specified in the agreement, according to that percentage, they share the profits or losses. So as if you will see, like in sole proprietorship, the whole risk is borne by the sole proprietor, single owner only, individual only. But in the partnership firm, the risk is borne by all the partners according to the ratios agreed between them. And if any ratio is not mentioned, no agreement is done with regards to the ratio, then profits or losses are shared equally among the partners. Then comes the decision making. Usually all the partners in the firm have the right to take the decisions, but sometimes we divide the work or task among the partners, that one partner is responsible for this particular branch, one partner is responsible for this particular task, and then they can take this decisions regarding to their task or their branch only. But actually otherwise they have all the rights to take the decisions in the firm. And if we are dividing the task, that that is to be mentioned in the deed also, partnership agreement also. Then comes continuity. Basically पार्टनरशिप कंटिन्यूस टिल द डिज़ायर ऑफ द पार्टनर्स. जब तक बच्चे पार्टनर्स की मर्जी होती है आप तब तक पार्टनरशिप फर्म को कैरी ऑन कर सकते हो. बट on the death or retirement of any of the partner, the partnership comes to an end. If you want to continue the partnership firm, you have to make a new agreement. First of all, you have to settle the claim of the dead, deceased or the retired partner. Then you can start the new partnership firm with the new name. Then is number of partners. So the minimum requirement of number of partners is 2. Minimum there should be 2 partners. Earlier, up till 2013, the maximum limit was 100, but now again the rule has been amended. And now, according to the Companies Act 2014, rule number 10, the maximum number is 50 partners. Okay, so now there should be maximum 50 and minimum 2 partners. Then comes mutual agency relationship. Every partner is the owner as well as agent of the firm and an agent of the other partners also. That means if one partner is doing any activity, he is doing any contract, that particular contract according to his act he is binding all other partners also. बच्चे एक पार्टनर ने अगर कोई भी कॉन्ट्रैक्ट किया है, कोई भी बिजनेस एक्टिविटी कंडक्ट की है आपके बिजनेस में, फर्म में, देन उस एक्टिविटी के लिए हम बाकी के ऑल अदर पार्टनर्स आर ऑल्सो रिस्पॉन्सिबल और लाइबल. यू कैन नॉट से कि उसने किया देन ही इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबल. ओके, दिस इज़ अ म्यूचुअल रिलेशनशिप. एक पार्टनर प्रिंसिपल का वर्क भी करता है और एजेंट का वर्क भी करता है. व्हेन ही एक्ट एज, जब वो अपने आप वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करता है, दैट मीन्स ही इज एक्टिंग एज अ प्रिंसिपल. अब जब हमें बाकी और लोगों के और पार्टनर्स के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की वजह से व्हेन वी आर बाइंडिंग ऑन दैट मीन्स वी आर द एजेंट. सो ही इज एक्टिंग एज अ एजेंट एज वेल एज द principal also. So act of one partner is binding on all other partners. So these all were the features of partnership firm. Then comes merits or advantages of partnership firm. First merit is easy to form. It is very easy to form a partnership firm because there is no legal formalities to form the partnership firm. Only we need to do one agreement only, and there is no necessity, compulsion to do registration of the firm also. Then is balanced decision making. In partnership, partners can divide the work according to their skills, according to their capabilities, and the division of work leads to specialization. अब आप एक वर्क को कंटिन्यूसली करते रहोगे, यू विल गेट एक्सपर्ट इन डूइंग दैट वर्क एंड आपकी डिसीजन मेकिंग भी स्ट्रांग हो जाएगी. Then is larger financial resources. Larger financial resources, this merit is from the viewpoint of sole proprietorship, because sole proprietorship mein bache there is only one individual who has to invest money in the business. But in the partnership there are many persons who are going to invest money in the business. So as compared to sole proprietorship, partnership business has large financial resources. Then is risk sharing. In sole proprietorship, there is only one person who is going to bear all the risk. But in partnership firm, again, there are many partners who are going to share the risk in the ratio of their profit sharing ratio. So here, no doubt in partnership, as the size of business is large, risk will be more, but profit will also be more in that case. But risk is being shared in the desired ratio as among the partners. Then comes secrecy. No partnership firm is required to publish its accounts because कोई firm को ज़रूरत ही नहीं accounts publish करने के लिए. So all the accounts are details are in between the partners only. जब तक कोई partner उस information को leak नहीं करेगा, no information will go out of the business. So this means there is secrecy of the information maintained properly. Then next point is disadvantages or demerits of partnership firm. First demerit is unlimited liability. Here the liability of all the partners is unlimited. In case of losses, the partner will not only lose their business property, but creditors can claim over their personal property also. This is the biggest demerit. Then is limited resources. If you are going to compare it with regard to companies, joint stock companies, then you can say yes, they have limited resources as there is restriction on number of partners. Now we can have only 50 up to maximum partners, and the contribution every person is going according to his capability. जितना उसकी ability होगी, capability होगी उसकी investment करने की, that partner will contribute accordingly. So as a result, यहाँ पे हमारे पास problem आती है कि sometime we lack the resources and we cannot expand the business. Then comes conflicts. The partners in partnership firm come from different backgrounds, from different families. They have their own opinion, they have their own thinking. So it leads to differences in opinion. Differences in opinion means sometimes when one partner is taking one decision, we are not happy with that decision. नो डाउट वी आर एक्सेप्टिंग हिज डिसीजन. एक बार एक्सेप्ट करोगे, दूसरी बार करोगे, कहीं ना कहीं हमारी ईगो आगे आ जाती है. दैट नाउ वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू एक्सेप्ट द डिसीजन. वाई वी शुड ऑलवेज एक्सेप्ट द डिसीजन. हमारा डिसीजन क्यों नहीं फॉलो होता, ये वो कुछ भी कंसिडर प्रॉब्लम्स आ सकती हैं. एंड इट्स अ हार्ड फैक्ट बच्चे, जहाँ नंबर ऑफ पीपल विल वर्क टुगेदर देयर विल बी प्रॉब्लम्स लाइक दिस ओनली. देन इज लैक ऑफ कंटिन्यूटी. Existence of partnership firm gets affected by the death, insolvency, incapacity of any of the partner. So even a partner can demand dissolution of the firm anytime when he desires so. So this means we cannot continue the business if one partner is saying that he doesn't want to continue any business now, he doesn't want to remain as a partner in the business, or due to death, insolvency, the business cannot be continued in the same way. Then is lack of public confidence, because we are not publishing any information regarding the partnership firm in any of the newspaper, magazine. So because of that, public is not aware about the working of the firms in detail. So because of that, it is not possible for them to maintain or make grow trust or confidence on the company. So here the partnership firms, they lack public confidence or trust. Then is risk of mutual agency. The contract signed by one partner is binding on the other partner due to the principle of mutual agency. But sometimes one of the dishonest partner or one of the wrong person in the partnership firm, he may do some wrong act. Because of that, all partners are going to suffer. So there is that risk present in the partnership firm also. These were the demerits of the partnership firm. So let's recapitulate once again what we have done. We have done meaning of partnership. Then we have done features which include formation, liability, risk bearing, decision making, continuity, number of partners, and mutual agency relationship. Then we did merits, which include it is easy to form, balanced decision making is there, larger financial resources, risk sharing, and secrecy. And the demerits include limited, unlimited liability, limited resources, conflicts, lack of continuity, lack of public confidence, and risk of mutual agency. Now, next thing is types of partnership firm. We have divided the partnership firm on two bases. One is on the basis of time period and the other is on the basis of liability. The first is on the basis of time period. On the basis of time period, the partnership firms are of three types: partnership at will, fixed period partnership, and particular partnership. First is partnership at will. This type of partnership is formed for indefinite period. That means there is no limit of the period. जब तक हमारा मन करेगा, we are going to continue the partnership. It depends upon the wish and desires of the partners only. And if the partner wants to dissolve it, wants to finish the partnership, they can just give a notice and they can dissolve the पार्टनरशिप फर्म. सो जो बच्चे पार्टनर्स की मर्जी से, उनके विश से चलती है, जब तक उनका मन करेगा तब तक दे विल डू द पार्टनरशिप वर्क. दैट इज नोन एज पार्टनरशिप एट will. Then is fixed period partnership. The partnership which is formed for a specific period of time. For example, 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, 12 years, whatever years are there, that for a fixed period of time, such a partnership is known as fixed period partnership. And this type of partnership automatically terminates once the time is over. 5 years ho gaye, partnership is over. Now that's it. So this is over only. Then comes particular partnership. Particular partnership is that kind of partnership which is formed for a particular venture. किसी particular काम के लिए आपने start किया, आपका वो काम complete हो गया, objective achieve हो गया, that means now you are going to terminate the partnership firm. This type of partnership comes to an end automatically on completion of that venture. Simple example is there. If two persons, they jointly get into a contract of construction of a bridge बनाने के लिए they entered into a contract of partnership. These two persons may form partnership to construct the bridge. But once the bridge is over, bridge ban gaya, then their partnership will also be over. So this was the partnership type form on the basis of time period. This is of three types: partnership at will, fixed period partnership, particular partnership. Next is on the basis of liability. On the basis of liability, बच्चे, partnership is of two types: general partnership, limited liability partnership. Now first is general partnership. In general partnership, the liability of all the members is unlimited. Each and every partner takes active participation in the activities of the business. And if account is unlimited liability, if the company is not able to pay the debts from the business assets, then creditors can claim over the personal properties of the partners also. And each and every partner take active participation in the business activities. And usually in India, all partnerships firms are general partnership firms, right? Then comes limited partnership, limited liability partnership. Under the limited liability partnership, the liability of all partners is limited, but one partner is there who is having unlimited liability. And this unlimited liability partnership, this was introduced in India with the new act, Limited Partnership Act 2008, right? Then there are, what are the features of limited partnership? There are 7 features of limited partnership. These are, at least one partner has unlimited liability. Then rest all partners have limited liability to the extent of their capital contribution. जितना उन्होंने money invest किया, they are responsible up to that amount only. Then partners who are having limited liability, they will be known as the special partners or the limited partners. And special partners, they do not participate in the management of the firm. पार्टिसिपेशन उनकी नहीं होती, दे आर नॉट अलाउड टू पार्टिसिपेट इन द मैनेजमेंट वर्किंग. देन द स्पेशल पार्टनर, दे हैज़ अ राइट टू इंस्पेक्ट, बट दे कैन इंस्पेक्ट द अकाउंट्स ऑफ द बिजनेस ऑल्सो. दे कैन विड्रॉ पार्टनरशिप, अगर उनका मन करे दे कैन विड्रॉ देयर नेम फ्रॉम द पार्टनरशिप फर्म ऑल्सो. एंड डेथ, इंसॉल्वेंसी और इनकैपेसिटी ऑफ एनी स्पेशल पार्टनर डज नॉट अफेक्ट द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ पार्टनरशिप फर्म. अगर किसी भी स्पेशल पार्टनर की डेथ हो जाती है, ही बिकम्स इंसॉल्वेंट या एनी इनकेपेबिलिटी इज देयर ऑन हिज पार्ट टू डू द वर्क, that does not affect the existence of the firm will continue as it is only. Okay, so these were the features of limited partnership. Now the next topic is bache types of partners. There are 5 main types of partner: active, sleeping or dormant, secret, nominal and minor. So we are going to discuss all these one by one. 4 bases are there jinke basis pe humne ye discuss karna hai. First is capital contribution, management, share in profit and loss, and liability. Now let's start one by one. Suppose active partner. Active partner is the one who contributes capital in the business, who participates in the business management also. He gets shares in the profits and losses also, and he has all the liability unlimited. That means all the 4 things are positive in him as a partner. He is contributing capital, he's sharing profits and losses in the business, he is participating in the management of the business also, and his liability is unlimited. Such a partner is known as active partner. Then comes sleeping or dormant partner. Sleeping or dormant partner has all the features of active partner except management participation. He contributes capital, he gets share in profit and losses also, he has unlimited liability also, but he does not participate in management. Management mein he does not participate. Such partner is known as sleeping or dormant partner. Then comes secret partner. Secret partner means bache secret, all the features of active partner, but his identity is hidden from general public. General public को outsiders को नहीं पता होता कि this person is also a partner in the firm. He contributes capital, he secretly participates in the management of the business, he gets share in the profits and losses of the business, and he is also having the unlimited liability. So these features are, all features are there, but only thing is that his name is hidden from the general public. Then comes nominal partners. But nominal partners are actually not the partners of the firm, and they do not contribute any capital, they do not participate in the business, do not have any kind of unlimited liability, do not get any share in the profit and losses, but they are known as partners in the firm. एक्चुअली पार्टनर्स नहीं है, कैपिटल कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहे, मैनेजमेंट में पार्टिसिपेट नहीं कर रहे, प्रॉफिट लॉसेस शेयर नहीं कर रहे हैं, दे डू नॉट हैव अनलिमिटेड लायबिलिटी, लेकिन फिर भी दे आर नोन एज पार्टनर्स ऑफ द फर्म. ऐसी कंडीशंस में इन पार्टनर्स को हम नॉमिनल पार्टनर्स कहते हैं. अब क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट आर नॉमिनल पार्टनर्स. नॉमिनल पार्टनर्स आर बेसिकली दोज पर्सन्स who give the benefit of their reputation or goodwill to the partnership firm. मतलब अगर कोई भी पार्टनरशिप फर्म अपने फ्रेंड्स, अपने नोन पर्सनस की गुडविल और रेपुटेशन का यूटिलाइजेशन करके कोई भी बेनिफिट गेन करती है, इन दैट केस दैट फ्रेंड, दैट रिलेटिव विल बी नोन एज द नॉमिनल पार्टनर इन द बिजनेस. So there are 2 types of nominal partner. One is nominal partner by estoppel and the second is nominal partner by holding out. Nominal partner by estoppel में होता है कि बच्चे जो हमारा एज्यूमिंग पार्टनर है, एज्यूम्ड पार्टनर है, जो नॉमिनल पार्टनर है, उसकी अपनी इन्वॉल्वमेंट होती है, उसकी अपनी वर्बल इन्वॉल्वमेंट होती है, जिसकी वजह से हमें एज्यूम किया जाता है कि ही इज़ द पार्टनर इन द फर्म. बट होल्डिंग आउट में ही डजंट से एनीथिंग, बट जब कोई उसको एज ए पार्टनर रिप्रेजेंट करता है, ही डजंट स्टॉप हिम फ्रॉम डूइंग दिस. सो नाउ लिसन केयरफुली, व्हाट इज नॉमिनल पार्टनर बाय एस्टॉपल. The person who accepts that he is a partner in the partnership firm by his own words or his conduct, अपने behavior से, he is known as nominal partner by estoppel. He is liable for the debts which the firm gets on the basis of his reputation. उसकी reputation goodwill की वजह से firm को जो भी whichever debts firm will get, he is liable to repay those debts if the company or firm will not repay that. For example, simple example is there. Mr. X is the active partner of the partnership firm. He applies for a loan. Mr. A, who is not the partner, he requests the financier to give him loan as he is also a partner in that firm. Mr. A ने ऐसे बोल दिया, then A will be considered as the nominal partner by estoppel. And if the firm fails to pay the loan, Mr. A will be liable to pay that loan also. Then his second point is partner by holding out, nominal partner by holding out. The partner who does not call himself as a partner, अपने आप partner नहीं बोलता है, but when someone calls him a partner, he doesn't object on that. Such partner is known as partner by holding out. For example, X applies for a loan saying that Mr. A is also a partner in the firm. उस time पर Mr. A ने object नहीं किया, I'm not your partner. He did not say like this. So he kept on sitting, he keeps sitting there quietly. That means he is accepting the things. In such a case, A will be considered as the nominal partner by holding out, and he is also liable to pay back the funds borrowed on the behalf of his reputation or his name. Okay. This is the nominal partner. Then next type of partner we are going to do is minor partner. Now what is minor partner? Minor is a person actually who is not 18 years of age. Actually, according to the law, minor cannot become a partner because he is not capable of being entering into a valid agreement. But he can be admitted to the benefits of the partnership firm. But अगर partners बाकी के partner consent दें, they are happy, then we can admit him to the benefits only, not the risk, not the losses, to the benefits only. He cannot be asked to bear losses. He will only earn or enjoy the profits. His liability will be limited to the extent of the capital contributed by him. He will not take active part in the business activities affairs, but he can inspect the accounts of the firm. And remember, on attaining the age of majority, that means on completing 18 years of age, he has to give a public notice whether he wants to continue as a partner or not. And that notice should be issued within 6 months of attaining the age of majority. If he will not give any such notice, he will be treated as a full-fledged partner with all rights and liabilities. Then he will become liable for all the working of the organization also. Okay, so this was the minor partner. Then comes difference between types of various partners. Active partner contributes capital, participates in management, gets share in profit and losses, and has unlimited liability. Sleeping or dormant partner, he contributes capital but he does not participate in management, gets share in profits and losses, and has unlimited liability. Then is secret partner. He contributes capital, he secretly participates in management, gets share in profits and losses, and has unlimited liability. And the last is nominal partner. There are two types of nominal partner, partner by estoppel and partner by holding out. Both the partner does not contribute any capital, does not participate in management, does not get share in profit and losses, and the liability is limited to the debt which partnership firm acquired by using their name. This was all about types of partners. Now the next topic is formation of partnership firm. How a partnership firm is formed. A partnership firm is formed when two or more persons enter into an agreement to form a partnership firm. जब बच्चे writing में agreement करते हैं या oral में agreement करते हैं that yes, these are the terms and conditions, this way we are going to work. When they enter into an agreement, then they form a partnership firm. This agreement can be oral or written. आप ऑरल भी कर सकते हो बट रिटन भी, बट प्रेफरेबली इट शुड बी रिटन एग्रीमेंट. वाई इट शुड बी रिटन? बिकॉज इट एनी हाउ इट सॉल्व्स मेनी ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम्स एंड you can avoid many disputes in the future. After signing agreement, the partners have to sign the agreement. After signing the agreement, the partnership firm comes into the existence. And the why we are signing the agreement, why we are doing the agreement, and बच्चे it is very important कि writing में सब कुछ होगा तो कोई problem नहीं आएगी. Second thing आती है, usually हम sign करके वहाँ finish कर देते हैं. It is not necessary to रजिस्टर द फर्म, बट अगर हम फर्म को रजिस्टर करवा लेते हैं इट इज़ बेटर फॉर द फर्म ऑल्सो, बिकॉज एक रजिस्टर्ड फर्म को बहुत सारे बेनिफिट्स मिलते हैं एज कम्पेयर टू एन अनरजिस्टर्ड फर्म. ओके, देन इज Partnership deed. What is partnership deed? The document containing the terms and conditions of the partnership agreement is known as the partnership deed. जिस document में सभी details होंगी regarding the agreement, that detail we are going to discuss in the later part of the topic. That document is known as partnership deed. It is a stamped paper on which the rules, regulations, terms and conditions of the partnership are written. It also contains the rights and duties of the partnership firm. Then is common content. What we are going to write in the partnership deed: name of the firm, name and addresses of the partners, name of business the firm will carry on, nature of the business the firm will carry on, place of business, that means address of business, capital contributed by each partner, profit sharing ratio, rights and duties of the partners for the management of the business, mode of maintaining accounts, rate of interest paid to partners on their capital, rate of interest to be paid by partners on amount withdrawn by them, amount of salary payable to partners, provisions regarding retirement and dissolution, methods of solving disputes, whether interest is payable on loan provided by partners or not. We are going to mention all these 14 points in the partnership deed. This is all about partnership deed. Now next comes registration of partnership firm. Actually, legally, it is not compulsory to get the partnership firm registered, but it is better if you will get it registered, because an unregistered firm suffers from many problems as compared to a registered firm. What type of problems an unregistered firm faces? That are, an unregistered firm cannot file a case against any third party. सबसे पहले firm किसी भी outsider के against case file नहीं कर सकती. Then unregistered firm cannot file a case against any of the partner. अगर अपने ही partner के against भी firm ने कोई case करना है, firm cannot do. Then is, partner of unregistered firm cannot file a case against the partnership firm. अगर partner ने unregistered firm के पार्टनर ने किसी अपनी फर्म के अगेंस्ट, अपनी ही फर्म के अगेंस्ट कोई केस करना है, देन पार्टनर कैन ऑल्सो नॉट डू दैट. एंड पार्टनर ऑफ एन अनरजिस्टर्ड फर्म कैन नॉट फाइल अ केस अगेंस्ट एनी अदर पार्टनर ऑफ द अनरजिस्टर्ड फर्म. एक पार्टनर सेम फर्म का अपनी ही फर्म के किसी और पार्टनर के अगेंस्ट भी केस फाइल नहीं कर सकता. सो अगेन लेट मी टेल यू, देयर आर 4 सिचुएशंस. 2 situations are related with the unregistered firms and 2 are related with the partners. First, an unregistered firm, partner of unregistered firm बच्चे cannot file the case against any third party. Then is, a partner of unregistered firm, any unregistered firm cannot file a case against any of the partner. पहले firm ना third party के against कर सकती है, ना ही partner के against कर सकती है. Then जो partners हैं, they cannot file a case against partnership firm, and the partner cannot file a case against any other partner also. These are the consequences of not registering the firm. Now the last topic is procedure for registration. Basically, the partnership firm can be registered at any time. It depends upon the wish of the partners. They can register it at the time of formation or later or whenever they desire to get it done. So how they are going to register the firm? To get the firm registered, they have to apply to the registrar in a prescribed form. There is one form. They have to fill that form. They have to pay some money as application registration fees, and they have to submit some information. After submitting all these things, they can get the firm registered. But how? What kind of information they have to give? They have to mention the name of the firm, the principal place of business of the firm, that means address of the head office, the name or of any other place where firm will be carrying on the business, that means address of the branch office, date of admission of partners in the firm. Then they have to mention name and address, permanent addresses of all the partners, and duration of the partnership firm. They will mention all these points in the document, in the form. Then that application is to be signed by all the partners. The registrar will verify all the above said information, and if he will be satisfied with the authenticity of the information, that yes, the information is true, he will issue a certificate of registration to the firm. The certificate of registration will be an evidence of the firm, and the firm gets benefits of a registered firm. After registration, if any change occurs in any of the information given above, कोई head office change होता है, branch office change होता है, या आपकी partners change होते हैं, whatever duration of the firm change होती है, then you need to communicate the same changes in the registrar office. आपको registrar office में बच्चे उन changes के बारे में update करना पड़ेगा. Okay. Now there are two last topics. First is difference between partnership and joint Hindu family business, and the other one is difference between partnership and sole proprietorship. Now see, first differences between partnership and joint Hindu family business. Governed by, the partnership firm is governed by Partnership Act 1932, and joint Hindu family business is governed by Hindu Succession Act. Number of partners in partnership, minimum partner is 2 and maximum is 50 as per Rule 10 of Companies Act 2014. And in joint Hindu family business, minimum partners are 2, maximum there is no limit. Then is management. We are not going to do male female difference because now this difference is emitted from the joint Hindu family business. Then management, all the partners manage and control the partnership firm, but in joint Hindu family only Karta manages and controls the joint Hindu family business. Then is liability. Liability of all the partners is unlimited. Liability of Karta is unlimited only. Rest all the members have limited liability in joint Hindu family business. Division of profit. Profit is divided among partners in the ratio decided in the agreement. And in joint Hindu family business, equal share in profit for all the members. Then is minor. Minor cannot be a partner. Minor can be a member of joint Hindu family business, right? So this was the difference between partnership and joint Hindu family business. The last difference is difference between partnership and sole proprietorship. Again, governed by, partnership is governed by Partnership Act 1932. There is no act, no law for sole proprietorship business. Number of members, again the same rule. Minimum members 2 in partnership and maximum is 50 nowadays. But in sole proprietorship, only one member, that is the owner it's himself. Then basis of formation, partnership, an agreement is there which is known as partnership deed. No agreement is there for sole proprietorship. Then risk, partners jointly bear the risk. There is only sole proprietor who is going to bear all the risk. Finance, large finance as compared to sole trader because all partners are contributing capital, and small finance as only one person, that is proprietor, he is contributing capital. Then decision making, all partners must be consulted for taking decisions. So decisions can be delayed because आपने सबसे मिलना है, सबसे डिस्कस करना है. In sole proprietorship there will be quick decision as his proprietor need not to consult anyone. Then last is division of profit. Profit is divided among the partner and decided in partnership deed, and in sole proprietorship all the profits are of sole proprietor or owners himself only. So no one is there to share the profits with him. This was the difference between partnership and sole proprietorship. In the next video, we'll continue with the next topic, that is cooperative organizations. Till then, take care.